Although James loved the Fat Controller's praise, he still hated the task ahead. There's a threat of thunder and lightning. That's us finished until it passes. You're just like a big red pimple, and we all know what we do with red pimples, don't we? Pop 'em! And the trucks all laughed. This made James even angrier, and he treated them roughly. Then the thunder and lightning came. James hated this type of weather. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck the hopper and lifted the truck at quite a speed. As the front truck was lifted, it dragged the back on with it, and as this was snagged onto James, James also felt that he was being lifted as well. He fell sideways. He was done for, and there was nothing anyone could do until the breakdown train arrived. You must learn to control your temper, James. Otherwise... And he left James to think about what otherwise might mean. But one day, a sudden thunderstorm arose. Lightning hit the rails right in front of the diesel. Smoke poured out of his engine cover. Then it cleared, and when it did, Diesel, somehow, looked different. I feel marvelous! Please take me for a run! Soon, E.D. was nicknamed Super E.D. Posters appeared all over the island. Get ahead with Super E.D., they proclaimed. This was very disturbing news for the other engines. Just then, Super E.D. drew alongside. I'm a diesel electric and I like storms. That's why they call me Super, 'cause I'm super at everything. Just then, a bolt of lightning struck Gordon's front buffer and zinged onto Ed.
The front trucks broke their couplings attached to the winch and were now totally out of control. Hurling down the mine rail, they came to a sharp bend in the underground workings, jumped off the rails, and crashed heavily into many uprights holding the roof. Percy remembered he saw a large tarpaulin used to protect the rails from falling slag. If I can make it to that tarpaulin, it'll protect the driver and fireman. With sheer determination, he reached it and stopped beside it. The avalanche picked up the tarpaulin and covered them. Percy was saved, as were his driver and fireman. The avalanche, though, seemed to go on forever.
The front truck was an ugly type and was one of the ringleaders that teased Henry. Oh, Henry, is that a light I see before me? The laugh soon changed to gasps as up ahead, shining through the fog, was a lamp waving in the air. The trucks now believed Henry, but Henry didn't listen to their pleas to stop. He proceeded carefully. Then, as they approached the old station, a ghostly light moved around. The trucks panicked, and despite the old signal shining red for stop and the crossing gate closed, they surged ahead, smashing through the gate and down the incline to the old viaduct. A large rock had rolled onto the viaduct. The trucks realised their mistake, and there was nothing they could do to stop. The lead truck hit the rock, and over the side went the first few trucks, as Henry's driver and fireman looked over the viaduct to the valley below, trying to see the truck's debris through the fog.
Someone in the chat said Henry genocide route, which I thought was an interesting take.